Okay. All right. Welcome to Mystery Before we get into our first interview, by the way, just going around the room, say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Okay. All right. So before we start, I'm going to explain the new change in. Better not.
Peter Long dog.
I just poked.
Bro, get that meter long.
I just poked his yardstick. Okay.
Get out of my face, dude. That's nasty.
All right. So before, funny Tinkle Times is now known as whatever this is because
It's called Mystery Cat.
The Mystery Cat
The
with the boys is always a blast.
all right, that's pretty good. Okay. Okay. So, as a solution to our previous podcast efforts done like a year ago, where we would talk over each other a lot and be a little chaotic to listen to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
We're gonna do interviews with each of these three, and I will be the interviewer. Yeah, the mic's peaking a little bit, but it should be fine, I think. I don't know. Imagine we go through all of this and then we listen to it on playback, and it's just
Playback be like,
It's just like a metal concert.
all right, okay. But so with that out of the way, let's get into it. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We haven't gone 5 minutes without your mom joke. You just had to.
Alright, so let's start. No, your mom jokes.
Okay.
Starting now.
Who
The entirety of the
who was
show.
the band that sang Radioactive?
Give me how I get.
I don't understand that.
Hey, that counts. They
Waking
don't
up.
go.
I'm waking up. I'm waking up. Waking up.
Whoa. That's my favorite song. By Dragons.
By Dragons Never Revenge.
I imagine dragons frequently. Okay.
Our Dragons balls.
Let's go!
Somebody told me that yesterday. I think it was Candace.
No.
I know that one. Easy.
For the sake of the podcast, Candace who?
I don't want to say.
That
TOS is gonna go straight up.
was probably inaudible, but you get the idea. Okay.
I'll say it nice and clearly. Candace dick fit in your mouth.
Our first interviewee ever on the mystery cast. Okay. Say
You just failed.
Failed what?
You said too much.
all right. Say hello and your name.
Hello. Wait, like
Your
Username?
name.
Whatever you
Just
want
your
to be
name.
known as.
I guess I'll stick with Conetic.
I'm writing it down. Look at me.
He's
I'm
just
so
saying
good
hello,
at
your
this.
name. Hello, your
All right.
Nice.
All right. Let's get right into it. First question.
Yes, sir.
Who are you?
Good answer.
You mean good question? This isn't Family Feud.
That's the point.
Okay. I am a boy, almost a man, 17 years and a half. I am 5'9", 69 inches, short kings. Let's go. Well, that kind of ruined my personality.
Can I inquire? Are you like a 5'3" girl? Because you just said 5'9" is short.
Short kings.
It's not short, that's average.
Anything under 6 foot
Exactly.
is bad.
I agree with that.
5'11" and under, everybody views you as a midget.
You don't
Whoa,
agree
sorry.
with that.
I'm sorry. I did not mean that. Okay.
Canceled.
I am not canceled.
Cancel.
Well, in order to help your case, we'll get off topic. Before we talk about that, the question, who are you? I'm going to start every interview asking, who are you? Just so the listener is acquainted with the interviewee.
Yes.
You can answer this question any way you like. It's a good question. But about the word midget,
I don't think we can keep saying this.
yeah, it does have negative connotation, but unfortunately, it is used more than it probably should. I don't know. Most people probably don't find it offensive, but it sounds wrong to say. So,
do they prefer little person, dwarf?
If
dwarf.
It's called dwarfism.
Yeah,
but
it's
it's
called
like,
dwarfism.
look at dwarf.
No, no. If I had dwarfism and I was called a little person, I don't think I would like that.
What if I just call you little boy?
Oh,
I
they
call
don't
people that all the time.
Exactly, it's a joke. It ain't like dead serious. Like, oh, he's a little boy.
But like when it comes to that stuff,
Boy.
it's like you shouldn't call people that are not normal anything. You shouldn't call them a name. You should just call them people.
It's
you
weird
know?
because it's like if you meet a person that is obese, you don't say fat because you know it's still like
What's
fat.
badass?
No.
God.
All right.
now that's something you would
As
say.
a fat person, if you call me fat, I'm just gonna say fuck you.
The first episode is already going to be age restricted.
I was about
by
to
the
say
time it's
midget. It
over.
was on the bottom tier of words that have been said.
All right. So
Use it. That's all you.
I was about to.
I hope that picked that up.
I know it did. I was about to ask a very thought-provoking question, and then that came, and all of the thoughts that were provoked have been provoked, and they are now gone.
Still has the question?
Okay.
I'm
So
serious. I'm serious.
you seemed a little. At this point, I'm more of a therapist than an interviewer, but like you seemed a little self-conscious about saying the M word.
Yeah.
Would you consider yourself as someone who prefers not to be derogatory? I guess is the word. So
I mean,
like,
you're not gonna catch me saying the N word, but and I mean, I could be pretty rude. Thank you, Call of Duty. You have taught me at a very young age.
Modern Warfare.
I could, if anybody was in a comeback battle with me, I could probably beat them and make them want to cry to their mom, but I wouldn't be offensive in any other term. Way
Dang.
or
Bro, my
fashion.
mom's dead, yeah, because I killed him.
No.
There's gonna be so many points we just hear him talk, and it's just like you're not gonna hear anything and us laughing because he's just purposely lowering his tone of voice.
Oh.
Yeah, I can solve that problem for you.
Pulls out
That sounded like the Cat in the Hat bathroom.
It messed
meme.
up.
I'll end you, and I'll make it look like an accident.
That
I messed
movie
it
is
up.
so great.
Just stick it on your mouth. Okay. Problem solved.
Give me another tooth.
The Cat in the Hat movie is one of my favorite guilty pleasures.
Guilty pleasure movie. I don't think I. Oh gosh.
Alright.
Oh, I guess Zombieland, but it's considered a really good movie.
I don't know. I don't know why, but I thought you would say Zombieland.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I haven't seen that.
They don't have any Twinkies.
Just
snowballs.
I'm learning how to do this as we go, and I know this is like a pointless question.
I like
but
impromptus.
what do you think about the cultural impact of the Twinkie? Why is it constantly brought up in pop culture? You know, you
It
ever
has
think
been.
about that?
It has been deep fried. It has been
Oh,
cream pie.
that's good.
It has been.
Have you heard of a Twinkie wiener sandwich? Have you heard of that?
Heard of a glizzy?
Weird Al Yankovic. You actually taped his mouth shut.
He did it
No,
himself!
Oh, well,
I pulled it.
that makes all the difference. Okay.
Hey,
Shut up, no one said you talk.
another piece, like a long one.
Apparently it ain't doing you no good, so you
Give me another long piece, I need to stick.
Mother.
Glizzy.
I don't get that reference.
So you know how an eggplant, right? It can be taken two different ways.
It can be called what we call
My
the eggplant.
father.
It can be called what we call glizzy.
Put ranch dressing on his McNuggets.
Monica
I don't know how
Loving
inside
McNut.
jokes work on a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I think everyone can relate to that. It's disgusting.
I have.
This
I
tape is
can't.
not
I
going
can't
to
back you up on that. I
cooperate.
have personal reasons that I can't say that.
Unless the tape not cooperating with me. Screw this. Hold up.
Gamingguy fiddles with tape for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Colorized.
I'm just watching him do it.
I suck at doing tape.
Oh, you did a good job.
Oh.
You can tell later in life we will not be the husbands that randomly build things. We will be the ones that randomly break things.
I'll give you a better piece.
Oh, I apologize.
Like big.
Okay, nice.
You put it on your little tripod. Be right. Try talking now.
Say wonky
How
slush.
Wonky slush.
His mouth is officially taped.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he can't even say glizzy.
Wonky slush.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he can-
Okay, No one answered my Twinkie question.
Oh, I did. I was
Dude,
like,
they're freaking amazing.
they've been filled. They've been colored. They've been flavored. They've
Yeah, he
been
can't
deep
answer.
fried.
He can't
They've
talk. He's got his mouth.
been
taped
put
shut.
inside
I got
other
this if you want to
pastries.
cut. Just risk your mouth being
You know?
cut.
Yeah.
I'd say definitely on the southern part of this
We got
country.
sharp scissors you can just use.
Oh yeah.
Just
Wait, I got this here.
rip it like a man.
No! No!
There you go.
You prefer these?
No!
I got it. I pulled it off forward.
Oh!
Listeners are on a field day with this audio right now.
It's an auditory delight.
This is ASMR, but it's not quiet.
He can't say anything now. I got
So-
this.
To
Where?
fill time, I'm gonna ask you another big
Bad boy.
brain,
Bad
big
boy.
play question.
200 IQ.
What would you like to share with the listener or the world, which is probably like 2 people, that you'd want to share? You know.
If I could say anything to every single person in the world at once. Okay, here's an idea. If you had a superpower that you can have telepathy, the first thing I would do is I would go inside every single person's brain in the world, all 7.8 billion people, and I would whisper slightly into their ears.
I'm gonna murder you.
This is your message. I am God. Your religion is real. And then I would end it and see the world burn.
I just like the idea of being very small and going inside people's ears.
And you just decimate
Like
people.
That would freak everyone out. That would probably.
Honestly, I think that would just not help.
That would cause the apocalypse. I think just because you'd be like, wow, wowee.
Nick.
You keep slapping everything. With
No,
that
I can
face.
do the.
That was so nice. No, it was.
Yes.
I've seen this TikTok that was like, it was like women whenever they get cheated on, it was like, we are not property, and then it was the guy that got cheated on by a gold digger, and he's like, we are not pockets for poor people, and then this one guy jumps on the bed and goes, we are farmers. Bump it up and up, bump it up.
Yes.
Do you feel more comfortable now that you can talk?
He has chosen
Oof.
silent treatment.
He's still not talking, and I actually did something that made. No, touch his toe, and he'll actually say something.
His was so perfect.
Oh, it's Howard the Boys. We good.
Did the oh, never mind. I'm so glad I didn't say the name.
Yeah.
She
Yeah, I'm posting this.
Damn,
now.
Tyrone, you can't be saying that.
yes, we are keeping personal information.
Tyrone, imagine.
Are there any more questions, interviewer? Before we switch people.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have any. But unless you have anything else you'd like to say, it's been a good old time. If you'd like to hand it off to the next.
I need the talking stick. Give me the talking stick.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You cannot talk. I have the talking stick. Do you have rubber bands in?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I guess like some of your spit looked like a.
He
rubber
tried
band.
the bite the yardstick. You're
yeah.
missing out on the
Meter
visual comedy.
no.
Yeah, I had it a second ago.
Just
he does.
final thoughts. What if every time we dream, we're in reality, and when we're in reality, we're just trying to cope with the fact that our dreams are real?
Good answer!
It's like the hold on. There's this one Family Feud question. It was like
They say the stupidest answer that doesn't go with it. Yeah, and then they go, good answer.
it was like if we asked 100 married wives, who would be the first person your husband would cheat on? And most people are like coworker or something. And then this one guy from like Alabama is just like sister, and everybody's like, good answer, good answer.
They say that about every single answer.
Even though it's the worst possible answer, there's like, good answer!
And then Steve Harvey just looks at them.
They
He looks
just
at the camera like, ooh, what?
He has the same reaction every time.
Oh. yeah.
Anyway, this has been Conetic, and your daily news show, and I would like to say good night to all, and to all a good night. What? That's not how that goes. Anyway,
It's 6:30.
passing it on to
All right.
Man Jax. Took the initiative.
Another
I wanted
interview.
to
By the way,
do
this
that.
is a This is a 3-for-1 on the first episode. I think if I do this again and I do it with like random people, it'd be one person for the whole thing. I'd probably have to juice up on the things.
I'm providing the music.
You have to keep in mind, the more noise we add, the harder it is to listen, okay? So, say hello and your name.
Hi, I'm Ajax.
Alright.
What is up with your obsession with tape?
Stop.
I didn't mean to. It keeps being loud.
Keep being loud because I'm pulling it.
Yeah.
I'm barely doing anything to it. It's just
Dude, am I the only person that whenever we were dissecting the pig, we felt like we were doing some 50 Shades of Grey type positions on the thing?
Yeah.
The way we had to tie it up.
Oh,
Here's reaction. He looked down, I'm like, what?
Like, what are you doing to that pig?
Yeah. That was kind of fun. It was kind of nice.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like
Stop.
It was like Surgeon Simulator.
Hey.
I just rip it.
Did it hurt when you had to rip the tape off?
It hurt when he did because I wasn't expecting it.
Okay.
Well, that's the point. You're supposed to freaking do it. That way it comes off and like.
And he's getting waxed right now.
I am getting waxed.
Good.
Why'd you do this to me?
Do you want me to just rip it off? Because that's how it goes a lot faster.
No.
You just boom. Just
All right.
3, 2.
All right, quick. While you're not thinking about it, who are you?
Your mom.
Hell no.
I had to do it.
It's been 5 minutes.
You a therapist or something?
Yeah.
I'm just a man.
I'm just a man.
I'm just a man making my way through
We're
the
all
galaxy.
living-
Star Wars reference.
Yes.
Alright, continue.
Didn't give me much to go off of, but
I just told you!
Star Wars, eh?
Yeah.
Star Wars. You consider yourself a big Star Wars fan?
Yes.
What do you think is the best Star Wars related piece of media that's came out?
Clone Wars TV show.
Like ever?
Clone Wars
What
TV
about in like the past 5 years?
Past 5 years. Clone Wars Season 7.
Dang. Please turn that light.
It's for the lighting in the movie. I'm sorry.
There's no
Unless it's a
visuals.
ring light, I don't want to see a light in my face.
Yeah, please. Okay.
That's right.
Honestly, So do you know the plans? Like what's next for Star Wars? What comes out?
Yeah, they have this roadmap out. They're coming out with like 17 different things.
What about movies? Are they not gonna come out with a movie?
The only movie I know that's in the works is that Rogue Squadron movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Based off the game.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. So you've played the game, right?
No.
You've never played Rogue Squadron?
No, that game's like 15 years old.
No. I'm thinking of the different one.
What, Squadrons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that, yeah.
I thought that's what you meant.
No.
How was that game?
It's pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, the multiplayer was dead, so I couldn't really play.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. The campaign, it was, I won't say mediocre, it was pretty average though, it wasn't some masterpiece.
It's kind of unfortunate though if it's not the norm, no one plays it. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think that?
It was very niche.
Nobody tries anything different.
Because like it wasn't supposed to be like tactical, but it was supposed to be more realistic, like Battlefront
Do you
2,
think
Starfighter.
Call of Duty is such a well-selling franchise because it's so similar to like the past game? It's like the same thing.
Yes.
Like when they changed it up, it got lots of backlash. You know, like
Wow.
when they went into space with
Infinite
Warfare.
predominantly, yes.
I think like there is enough of a difference to where people will buy like the next copy, especially like it's like, you know, Infinity Ward, they have, while Spec Ops and Modern Warfare 2019 sucked, they still had Spec Ops, so it means it was different.
Unpopular gaming opinion.
No, that's not unpopular.
It's not?
No.
No, Spec
okay.
Ops Modern Warfare 2019 was the most hated, like,
Dog.
Really?
other than Extinction and Ghost, it was the most hated additional non-campaign / multiplayer edition ever.
Yeah, I remember it.
But the campaign was okay, and I enjoyed the multiplayer. I'm not saying it's good, but I enjoyed it. I mean, Cold War, it has a good campaign, pretty good multiplayer, and the zombies, which is pretty... It's not Treyarch exclusive, but it's... They do it the best. And zombies is pretty good in Cold War.
Yeah, I played during the trials, and it was fun while it lasted. But I definitely, I don't know. It's just
It's a niche game.
I'm not compatible with Call of Duty. I'm not really that. Yeah, bro.
Bruh moments.
It's like those 12-year-olds like, oh my god, Nintendo, all they do is put out Mario games. They have nothing like Call of Duty.
They have Splatoon.
Whoever says that, I want to personally meet them so I can tell them how much of an idiot they are.
Yeah, they're pretty slow.
What about Splatoon?
Two.
It's pretty. When you play with
There's a third one
when
coming.
you play with friends on that
Yeah,
salmon.
third one.
If you play with friends on Salmon Run,
Yeah. Salmon Run is really incredible. I played that all the time when it came out, but it's like it's such a good game that you don't feel like you have to play it. You know, a lot of games are like that.
Sorry to change the subject. Moist Critical just put out a video saying, I auditioned for Percy Jackson as the lead role in their new TV show.
Why?
Doesn't he look like Percy, though?
Percy does not
If
look
you
like
got a
Jesus,
little-
and that man looks like
Moist
Jesus.
Critical's hair looks like he could be the son of Poseidon.
He's the son of God.
Or Neptune.
I've never seen him wear anything except that white T-shirt, so I don't know. I can't
If
say.
you go to his closet, it's like that commercial with, I think it was like, was it Lady Gaga or Ariana Grande or something? Like she goes into a closet and it's all cardigans. She's like, I think I'm gonna choose a cardigan today.
Oh,
It's him with white t-shirts.
what's next?
Do you want me to ask you a question, or do you have a topic you want to bring
No,
up?
ask me a question.
Really?
Yeah,
You seem a little.
I'm into this.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's nervous. His meter long.
Yeah. The way you're gripping the talking stick right now.
Oh,
you
that would
seem
be
a little-
cool. You know, like next time when the camera goes up, it would be better if we did this at the beginning, but like, you know, ask questions too.
I got you. I never went.
Oh, you mean ask me questions?
Yeah.
You can save me for the end, I
Or
guess.
Cameron asks like Alex questions. It's like a circle focused on him.
Just ask him this.
I didn't even see that. I know what he asked.
Are you gay?
Answer. What's
No,
your answer?
I'm not
Alright,
gay.
alright. Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay.
you heard it
Was
from
that
us.
a question?
I just was thinking of another
For
question.
the-
Needed another
For the
one.
sake of not getting Twitter canceled, are you a homosexual male?
No.
Okay.
Good answer.
We're getting canceled anyway, boys.
No.
Yeah, the
On a scale of
We
10.
were already getting canceled from the first 5 seconds.
yeah, we
Like, what's gonna change?
Kinetic made sure of that as soon as we started.
For the record.
I don't even know what brought it up.
For the
We
record.
just, that's just
I
what we are. We just
okay.
started
I do
saying
have a
that.
man crush on Keanu Reeves and Chris Pratt, but I think everyone does.
I don't know.
hold on.
Who doesn't?
I think Chris Pratt is good looking, but I don't think I have a crush on him. I
Not
still have a
him.
crush on
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
Everyone.
Keanu Reeves.
This is something I cannot relate to, because if I look at another male, it's not like I don't really
It's
think
not
that they're
like-
attractive.
It's not like I want to marry him. It's like
No, like
I can see why other people think he's attractive.
Keanu Reeves just looks like you could worship him. Just be like,
And it's so weird.
But
'cause
like I like him because of how he acts, not
yeah,
how he
every time he
looks.
talks to somebody, he's like he says he's lonely,
he's just
like because
Yeah.
nobody can understand him.
He's
or he's
eccentric.
he's just a feel good man.
He's so intellectually like higher than everyone else. He can't have a
He's a
decent
super
He
conversation.
says as he
Baby.
rubs his nipple.
Whoa!
I was checking my chest.
No.
Checking my chest for the lumps. Thank you.
Why
Like
do men have
salad
nipples?
fingers, he's like-
History's longest question.
I heard this thing that says because everyone starts off as with like XX or at least an X
You
chromosome,
start with next chromosome.
and then that if you're a dude, that Y chromosome comes in.
You
start
But I thought
as
it
a
started- I
female
thought
and as an embryo, and then you turn.
Well,
or
it
fetus,
starts
and
off-
then you turn
But
out
you
to
don't
be
have
a
nipples
male.
as an embryo until like a month before
Yeah.
birth, right?
Yeah.
But
But your gender is determined in like the first 4
Eve
months.
was made from Adam, so
Maybe
that might be a little risky to bring up
That's a lot
with
potential.
bring religion into this,
Christianity cancel it.
but I don't know. But it's like the chicken before the egg or something like that.
Which came first, chicken or the egg? Shut up. Nobody cares.
Yeah, no one
Well, if you
cares.
actually want me to answer that, I would probably say the chicken, because like as it's like evolved or whatever, the animal would have to become first before you're. Yeah, the animal would have to
Yeah.
be born before it can
Calves.
breed to
Quit
create an
touching
egg.
me,
Look at them
weirdo.
calves. Look at them calves.
Yeah, they're old.
Because imagine like you just have like a
You're
common
built.
ancestor of like the
I'm not
velociraptor,
built.
and then just one
You're
egg
built
all of a
different.
sudden just
Built
births a
different.
chicken. Like what?
Now, these calves are not stacked. Like they're just not.
Let's see.
Am I the only person that thinks
Durability?
fat
Is
guy
it durable?
calves are like
It's durable.
envious?
Yeah, what?
Like fat, like basketball players, like that are like bigger, like
Hold on.
like sinners. Their calves, like they're called
Lifting
fat
the
guy
pant
calves.
leg.
They're like,
Like this.
That's flat.
What?
No, you got flicky. It's the
I'm tense.
durability
I'm
test.
tense.
Is it durable?
You're
Hurry
tense.
before I get a.
You're tense.
No, I can't.
Durability test.
I can't do it. Okay,
Point
now
your
try it. Now
fingers.
try it.
You gotta,
Okay, that's a little.
There you
more.
go.
no,
Lift
lift
your
up,
toes
lift
up.
up, and put your toes down. Feel that. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
That's pretty tense.
lift up and then.
And point your toes down like you're flexing with your toes, and then your calf will tend to.
Yeah, like
It's really soft. Like
Are you saying I have
Well,
a
feel
muscle?
mine. Feel mine.
I lift
feel
up.
his and then feel
This
yours.
is how I do it. I lift up. And then
My left calf is a lot smaller, but it still tends.
Like, did you feel his?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't
It-
want to make him have a
Yeah.
Charlie horse in his calf.
Yeah.
That freaking sucks when.
Oh,
Why is
crap.
it called a Charlie horse?
No clue.
To the Google!
I almost
To the
cried when I got one of them when I was like 9.
I had a Charlie horse so bad. I get Charlie horses in my toe, like
Oh
my.
yeah, where it goes bing, bing, boom.
The toe right before my pinky, my ring toe.
That the pinky one hurts the worst.
Every time I point down, sometimes my ring toe like stays and like
Oh!
it hurts really bad.
Ow!
Dang, he immediately felt the pain.
Alright, next question.
Next question.
Yeah, what you got?
Oh,
So, like, I don't know. It's hard because we cover topics so quickly, you know. But what's on your mind recently? What are you thinking about right
No,
now?
real quick answer. In the 1890s, an old horse named Charlie was used in the old Chicago White Sox ballpark to pull a roller across the field. He was old and his muscles would get so stiff he could hardly walk. Players and spectators who caught a cramp thought of this old horse when it came, and they started to call the condition a Charlie horse.
Huh.
Because the horse was named Charlie.
Oh, that
It was. I thought it would be less literal than that, but
Yeah.
You learn every day. You learn something new every day.
that's a pretty good origin, I guess.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
What's on my mind? I don't want to talk about it.
You sure?
Well, okay, yeah. I'll talk about it if you talk about your situation.
No. Okay. Here's my
Okay,
proposal.
she
No,
knows.
no.
Hold up!
Okay, no one say anything because we don't want to bring in personal topics
Actually, I was
into
gonna
this.
say-
But
I'm fine with saying person topics as long as names are excluded.
okay, what I'm gonna do is like I know what you're talking about, but
I
I'm
was
gonna ask you a question about it.
I was going to
But
talk about
we're
something
not-
completely different.
No,
I was
you're
gonna-
not.
I was going to say I played with some Star Wars toys over the weekend.
Okay.
Because I was...
That was because of personal reasons.
It was.
All
but
right,
it was
so-
fun. Call me childish, but
I got video proof too.
I still build Minecraft Legos. Okay,
Hey.
I have a whole set on my like.
Never grow up. That's
Okay.
what you gotta say.
We are gonna talk about love.
No.
All right.
Let's
Shoot,
go.
I love how you can drink out of a SpongeBob sippy cup at any age and never be too old for it.
Real love is when you drink out of a. The real love is when you go to the fast food place and you get a soda and you drink out of the straw and you give it to your
Straw.
partner and they don't wipe the straw off before taking.
Did
it.
you
And then you drink right
Did
out
you
of
just
that
buy one
straw
soda
again.
though?
No, you have two sodas.
Oh,
you
that
get-
was...
one gets a Sprite, one gets a Coke. The
Oh.
girl drinks the Coke and you don't wipe the straw and you still
Yeah,
drink.
you
I
share
thought
each
I was
other's
saying
saliva.
you only
That's the
buy
best thing
one
ever.
soda.
If once you kiss somebody at least a couple times, you share 80 million bacteria with them that it will form a common ecosystem in your mouth.
I can't say I've done
So
that
we
at
can
all.
say we are literally. She is always with me.
Yeah.
Till you brush your
Wow.
teeth.
Well,
Shut the.
like, okay, so I got a lot of questions prepared for this. Would you say, would you say love is a strong word for people our age? Like, people keep saying that, you know?
Yeah, that's...
He says no.
I would disagree.
Conetic says no.
Like, what do you mean, like, your age? Like,
Like, we are...
like 13?
We are we are in the teenage years.
So from like 13 to 18.
After puberty,
It gets
before
thrown around
adult-
too much to where they don't even use it in the way it should be.
When you get to like 16 or 17, I think it's not that bad.
Most people don't know what
Like,
real
you
love
know, you
is.
kind of, when you're 16 or 17, you kind of have like a better understanding. But if you're 13 and you have like this freaking stupid online relationship where you like text.
Oh no,
a
the
girl
girl
and then,
falling
like,
in love with an e-girl.
Yeah.
That
But like
type
this,
of
like the whole like I call
You mean
middle
do you
school
like this?
I call them middle school relationships where like you just text them and then like instead of hanging out with them at school or like outside of school, but you know
You don't go on dates.
you don't
Well,
want
the thing
dates, you
is,
just
it's
talk.
because most people don't know what real love is. They call it forced love.
And that is
what
why I
they
asked the
call
question, because that's what adults
Most
will
people
tell
are
people
forced
our
to love.
age, is that we don't know what it is. But do
I
you
like-
think you know what it is?
it. I do now, yeah.
I think I know what it is.
I
would
know
say-
now because that's what I had.
I would say love is, despite if you have like the butterfly feeling with someone, or you don't every single time you see them feel an intense emotional attraction, but you still would do anything for them unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
I think
I don't think you could.
The real test is that if you were to love somebody, no matter how far apart you are, when you meet again, it could be 10 years, it could be 2 weeks, it could be like your life ever since you're born. But when you meet them again, you would still do anything for that person. Like you would wait for someone.
I think that plays a big part in it. But what was Ajax?
I said I don't think you can determine whether or not you love someone in like 3 months. Because I mean, like you need to think in the long term about love.
Yeah.
Like, you might love this person for, like, I don't know, like a month.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, 6 months later, are you bored with it?
Yeah.
It's like that. You need to, like, determine.
I don't know. It's such a strong feeling though that once you have it, it feels like it's so important.
I feel like that's why it would be really interesting if we had a girl or female opinion on this topic, because I've heard that like it's very different for a guy and girl's perspective on that.
Well, yeah, of course.
But it's with what you're saying. I think eventually, no matter if you love someone or not, there would be at a point where you wouldn't you wouldn't get bored. It just wouldn't be as exciting. And at that point, if you decide to stay with them or not, is the real determinant.
It's like the thing, like, people say, like, yeah, love is just where you want to have sex with them. No. Like, that might be, like, physical attractiveness might be a thing, but you need to, like have a good, like, conversational relationship with them.
I think the difference between liking someone and loving someone is like when you love someone, you like everything about them. You know,
you don't want them to change.
Even the things that you disagree upon or the things that aren't good things, you still like that about them. And I think that's a big part of it. But another thing is a subtopic about love, if you will, is like everyone tells you great things about love, even though they say that we don't really know what it is yet because we're too young. But they all say like love is such a great thing, and it is hard to define. And I think that's a wonderful thing about love. But the thing is that it's like through media and pop culture, love is made to be like this important thing. It's like that you should want,
especially in culture,
and it's something that's meant to say that you feel good. But
yes, when
I thought I felt love, I found out that love hurts. Would you agree with this?
Facts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those things where it's like you can't control the feelings that you get for someone like as much as you think you are, because it's like if you're spending time with somebody, you will eventually, like, no matter what, if you spend time in, like, say, like, in a dangerous situation, like somebody's house is burned down, but you're at that random person's house, it's like, if this was to happen with any other person, you would still most likely catch feelings for them, which is something that you can't control, because it's, like, just something that happens.
Yeah.
But, I would say love is something that you always hope for, because in the long term, but in the short term, day to day, it's definitely not great 24/7. Because I know this is cheesy or whatever, but it's like nothing that is worth it in the end is obstacle free, basically.
Yeah. I mean, if it's important to you, then it's worth going through whatever it takes to get it, right?
Yeah.
Think of it this way: if you like that person enough that you would as close as we are, how we would do anything for each other. If you find a woman that you would like ditch, one of us would ditch all of us for that exact minute to help them or do something for them. That means there you go.
Then you love that person.
Yeah. That's a good sign of if you really do.
Well, I don't think I understand what you're saying.
So,
because what I heard is that if you're with your girlfriend or wife, but some woman is there needing help, and you decide to help her,
no. What I'm getting at is
that person is the girlfriend.
So
or wife.
Let's say you're single right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you end up like having a friend that's a girl, and that y'all talk quite a bit, if you end up like how we hang out is we're like close and tight, we'd do anything for each other.
Yes.
If she needed you to do something for her, like at that moment when you're with us and you were willing to ditch us at that moment to go help them, that tells you that's a sign right there.
No, because bros before hoes, dude.
That's a good motto, man.
But
because
no, I would agree. Depending on how substantial it is. If you're like, oh my god, I'm cold, I need your sweatshirt, and you ditch your homie's house to get it to her.
It depends on the situation, though. If it's like actually something, then yeah.
I understand what you're saying. I would agree.
I think it's interesting, but yeah, it's like that's something no one ever tells you is that love hurts. You know. I just
isn't that a Johnny Cash song? Love Hurts.
That's just hurt.
Yeah, it's just hurt.
That's a cover song though by 9 Inch Nails.
I hurt myself today. Copyright.
Lose fire.
Next question.
Next question.
That was some deep stuff.
This is depressing.
Yeah, dude, this is what I was looking forward to.
Now I see why you want to be a psychology major.
Yeah, I really enjoy talking about stuff like that, but You do not, Ajax, and that'll be what we talk about next. Is that why? Is this
Why do you know what I'm talking about?
Does this make you uncomfortable?
It's just too soapy, if that makes sense.
Too soapy? Do you not like expressing your emotions?
I don't know.
He's not
No?
a softie.
I hold everything in.
Okay,
You're a
so
nice guy, but you don't
Except for
express your
anger.
emotions.
all right,
Except for anger, I love
another controversial topic. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, so as a male, do you believe you are taught to bottle emotions?
Yes.
You know, because I have this belief. You know?
Yeah.
It is
You're shaking your head,
Not anymore, no.
but you are keeping your emotions.
Yeah, like I choose to.
I do it all the time.
I feel like
to.
force myself to cry. But
I
it's just not happening.
I
Yeah.
can't say this without being too personal, but as you
Yeah.
guys know, when younger, but it was basically a lot of my family were always saying like you got to stay strong, and get through with it because it's okay. But especially with strangers that the person that I'm referring to knew, but I didn't. Anytime I was crying, even though I was a little kid, they thought it was being disrespectful, and as a guy, it was looked down upon.
Well, like,
even
what are you
though I
crying
was that
about? That's
young.
the question. If you're crying because you like dropped an ice cream, that's like it's kind of
Well, I was referring to what
pitiful.
the thing.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like
I don't know.
if you got in trouble or if
Yeah.
something
I don't
were to
like-
happen, you were told to stop crying. You know?
Yes.
Well, like, that's the thing. What are you crying about?
Well, it makes men
Sometimes
feel
it's
weak.
justified and sometimes it's not.
Well,
but
yeah, if
crying is crying.
If you're
Yeah.
crying because you're sad, it's like whatever.
If you're crying as a child because you're not getting what you want, then
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That should be something
I would
that.
say that's male and female.
yeah.
Yeah, but like if you're crying about something because you're sad about something, you should be allowed to cry.
If
about
it's a good, legitimate reason to be
If
crying,
you have a
then it's
legitimate
fine.
reason, yeah,
But
it's fine.
But what like telling you not to cry about anything does is that when you're older and when you need to cry, you can't. Do you feel like that's your case?
No, like I could cry, I just don't.
I don't like crying a lot because I feel like it's a sign of weakness. Like you are like weak. That's why most men don't do it because they let it bottle up because they feel it's a sign of weakness.
But do you think that that's a societal thing, or do you think that's like a justifiable thing? Like, yeah, you shouldn't cry because it.
No, you should be able to. It's just most people don't feel comfortable doing it.
Okay.
I feel like after bottling up emotions, sometimes if you just cry like day to day over things like that, I don't think that's a societal or justified thing. I think that's just a mental problem.
Yeah.
Because but if you were to cry every time you feel like it's justifiable, then that would be better than holding it up and waiting for like weeks or months and then you cry. Because I feel like you would realize how much that actually helps you and is like a natural process.
Mm-hmm.
Because once you do it, you feel better afterwards. Because like you didn't get rid of the problem or get rid of the emotions, but just the fact that you cried and expressing it, your body feels better.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I don't think having as a guy or a man that much mental stress is good for anybody.
Exactly. And I think that this problem even extends to even those people that do feel comfortable with doing that and letting it all out, per se. Like, even then, it's like they'd never do it in public, you know? You find outlets and stuff. So it's still... It can be seen as a problem.
But like the thing you're talking about is like if you like depending on the movie, like you cry to a movie.
But no.
I think that depends on personal experiences.
Yeah,
and how much you're
if it's something like artificial about the movie, but if it's something that you're relating to, that's making you cry.
Because
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
you cry over a girl dying in the movie, and it's like, why are you doing that? You know she's not real. But you're crying to a girl in a movie that was like a daughter or a sister to someone that you related to, like you felt the embodiment to that character, then that would make a lot more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know.
You don't seem very on board with this topic, Ajax.
I don't like. I physically, I don't think I could cry. Like,
Well,
I'd have to make myself.
it's not.
You should
It's
make
not
yourself-
just about crying.
There's
It's
an
just
easy way
about
you can make it that you could cry.
just a one tap is all it takes. One crucial hit. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest. One time somebody said, if you were an actor, can you make yourself cry? I just thought about my cat getting skinned alive, and I started crying.
That would do it.
that just like why is something so vile? Like
Because it's
It
something
worked,
that makes you
didn't
cry
it?
on the
why
spot.
so vile? Just
I mean,
think
if
like
it works,
just
it
like
works.
thinking like it's still gruesome, like the cat getting run over, not getting skinned alive.
I mean, if
That
it
is deep
freaking
enough
works,
that
it
if I
works.
thought of it for more than 10 seconds, a tear would come down my
Stop
eye.
thinking
If
about
it works, it works.
it works.
I
It
might
works. But
cry.
that's not a healthy mindset to have.
Also, I didn't know, but I don't even know if this is true, but it said if you're crying because of sadness, the first tear comes out your left eye, but if you're happy, it comes out of your right eye first. I don't know if that's
That is
scientifically
not
proven,
true.
but
That
I did.
is
I
I don't
was-
believe in
I
that.
want to test that
Tears
out.
like tears just like come out.
Whatever.
Actually, I think only twice in my life has the tear come out of my right eye first.
I don't notice.
Doesn't it come out of both eyes
Comes
at
out of
the same
both.
time?
That said, that was because you're frustrated.
You don't even notice.
That's
But like
what,
if you
dog
cry to
does.
stress, I honestly that person. I don't think you. I don't know how you could just like cry to stress or like.
No, you're crying to de-stress.
Oh my god!
It's not about crying about the stress.
I
It's
don't-
that being so stressed that it makes you cry.
I don't.
To release the stress.
Emotions are weird.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't feel stressed.
It's called your
I like.
hormone.
During AP last year, I was not stressed at all. I was not.
The only time I was stressed
Or
is
AP
9 o'clock, and I realized, oh crap, I didn't do quarterly.
I was like slightly stressed this year, but then it just went away because I don't get stressed.
Yeah, and it's probably because we're getting used to it. Because
Like
our
I
classes,
get sad and I stuff.
I know senior year is going to be a hard year, but I don't feel stressed about it.
They
Yeah,
say like
maybe.
that's the easiest year, even though it really won't be.
Like, I'm not worried about the school year. I'm worried about like what comes after it. Like that's our last
Did you say
year.
you're uploading this to your YouTube channel?
Yeah.
That's
Everything. I'm not even gonna edit it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Well, if my words of not so wisdom.
I
according
think
to
we
the dog-
cleared it up, right? Like yeah, it's a
It came out because that's how most people say it.
yeah, it's a loaded word that is in most people's vernacular, but it's like we recognize that it's not a nice thing.
At
to
least
say.
no one said the no word yet.
But I don't think it's like
I don't think
ju-
we've ever said that.
just saying a
Good.
curse word is as offensive as the word Conetic said. I don't think it's anything to like. Oh, we got to restart the whole podcast. Episode
Yeah.
again.
in summary, I can't cry. I just don't.
You've
I don't.
cried once
That you've seen.
in your life that I know about.
What was that?
That was during the summer
When?
over after you the yeah.
I cried.
Then yeah, it must be something that
You
you
did
can't
tell
talk
me.
about then.
Oh, I don't actually think I did. I just think I said that.
You just said it because you were trying to.
Last
get me
time I
some-
cried was at a funeral.
Damn.
That's normal.
Well,
And that was like 2 years ago.
I don't think I've ever cried at a like funeral recently, but I have almost cried.
mm,
The one that we have, me and Alex both attended. I think.
Hmm.
I
wasn't
think.
there.
I think. Oh no, I thought you were there, but no. During that time, I think I almost cried.
funerals are very strange to me because like I get the same feeling every time I go to one.
Me too.
It's just like this sinking gut feeling. It's like
I don't like going to funerals.
it's not really depressing or sad. It's just this like empty feeling, you know.
I don't cry.
Well, Alex, thank you for
Are we done?
using this time on such
Are we
such
good?
emotional topics, even
Really?
though you don't like.
I don't like emotions.
Yeah,
Maybe that's a
I'm kind of
problem.
comfy here.
I don't know. Maybe you should
Oh,
think
okay.
about that.
How
I
about
think
you-
I'm gonna crash later from how much
Just
caffeine I've
how
had.
about you just talk to him and I'll sit here.
What?
You get the
He's
feedback,
got to get
sure.
close to the mic. That's
His voice needs to be the most predominant.
the thing. Yeah.
Oh!
I hope that's how it works out.
Are you being referred to as Gamingguy today?
If you
Ah!
hit him with slap.
Okay. That probably peaked really loud.
I'm gonna be
If you
referred
can
to
repeat
as
your
your
mom.
mom.
Oh, gosh.
No.
We're shooting.
your mom here.
Wow, that is probably really loud.
I will not play loud, I swear.
We are
Yo!
I will play the Last of Us theme song.
playing anything will be loud
Dude,
enough. I
crime.
promise.
Like crime in the intro for the
I will be referred to as your mom.
All right, we're shooting for 1 hour, okay, and we're 43 minutes in. 44. Okay, so say hello and your name.
Try to keep a straight face.
Uh,
By the way, just gonna let you know if you are in a relationship, just doing a random 5-minute stare at each other without saying a single thing actually improves intimacy.
Oh.
It actually makes you feel
Oh
a
my
deeper connection. I will just say that.
All right, stop wagging your stick
Never
at
been
me.
in a relationship. I cannot relate to that.
Does that when he's happy? Ben,
Whoa!
you can't tell me that.
That's
You
a mind
weren't
of its
even
own.
there.
Okay.
No, I never did.
Here, you want this?
All right.
I never did.
Say hello and your name.
Hello, your name.
You son.
All right. All right. Your name. Okay. That's how you're gonna play it.
No.
All right.
Gaming.
Your name, that's a
Gaming guy. Okay.
Fine.
So you know the drill by now, right? Who are you?
I want to make the joke so bad right now.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You can do it. I'll give you permission. I don't know what he'll do if you do it. Though.
Leave right now.
Your mom.
Oh, he said it. He
There you
said
go.
your mom.
No, but real. We the boys. That's who we are.
Oh, that's nice.
This freaking little boy just up and leave.
Yeah, he closed the door.
I'm about to go beat him with a freaking ruler.
You know what? I'm gonna ask you. What do you find so funny about your mom?
The joke. Oh, I liked it. That was cool.
Trying to tune it.
I tuned it yesterday. I don't know. Guitar is so strange to learn. And it's not even, like, after I messed around with it for about 15 minutes, I was able to get my hands on the frets in the positions it needed to be.
Oh, your D string sounds like it's about to break if I tune it any higher.
Yeah. Something sounded odd when I was tuning it, but...
I mean, that's normal because these strings are very tiny. If the person that strung the guitar wound them up too high, because they only intended you to play like standard tuning. If you tune it any higher, like it's gonna blow up.
You know, like the song I was trying to learn yesterday, it's played on acoustic guitar, so I could never get this noise I wanted from it.
Well, you can always just play clean.
Yeah, but it still doesn't sound the same, you know. Like, an acoustic guitar has like a more hollow sound to it.
True. Yes, that is true. Hold on, let's see if these chords sound right.
Ooh. No.
Oh, I didn't ask.
Oh, the joke. Okay, so the thing I find funny about your mom is just the joke and the way, the little inside joke and story about it. That's why.
Oh, okay.
And you can use it just about any time, that's why.
It's multi-purpose.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Whatever that chord progression is, I need to write it down because that sounded pretty nice.
I'm not sure which questions to ask you, but do you have any questions in mind that you'd want to answer?
I'm not very picky about questions, so you can ask just about whatever, to be honest.
Well, anything.
Anything. Anything.
Well, what's your... I did this earlier. What's on your mind? What are you thinking about right now? Don't you dare.
Take it serious. We talked about emotions for like 15 minutes.
I don't know! Other than the joke, I don't know.
Let it all out. Just because I'm emotionless doesn't mean you
Wow. Yeah, I was about to say you're one to talk.
Just because I'm emotionless does not mean you have to be.
What do you think? Do you think we should get that personal on here? I think that makes it more
I don't
entertaining.
care.
You don't
Do
care?
whatever.
And
People
other-
are very interested to
At
hear
other
your
people's
arguments.
expenses, get surreal at other people's expenses.
Oh, freaking minute.
Bro, is that the toenail that's about to fall off?
No, that's the one that already did. It's still growing back, both of them.
I will refrain from looking there.
Oh, yeah, I was hoping you did, since you don't like it.
You want feet.
Shut the
Alright, I have a
up!
question for
It's
you.
just
I have
nasty.
a question for you.
No point you
So-
stick at me.
To who?
To Gaming Guy?
To him, yeah.
Good point
Ajax,
you stick
to
at
Gaming
me.
Guy.
How does it feel being in a relationship?
Wow!
Amazing.
How it feels to chew five
I am.
sensory stimulated.
He said amazing, right?
Is that the one word? He says, "Wow, how are you in a relationship? Amazing," as he texts his partner.
I didn't say how. I said,
Uh,
how is it?
As you can tell,
Okay.
listeners, we have been occupied with the other
Alright.
tutor for a while.
Here's how it goes. You got the key. You got the lock.
I don't want to have
This is not how we're not
I'm
talking
kidding.
about having
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well, I think that just shows what you think about your relationship.
No,
I asked, how does
That
it
is
feel?
disrespectful.
I was kidding.
This
Okay,
might
but
just
in all ser-
Take it serious.
In all seriousness, though, for real, it literally is basically like one of the best things ever. You start out lonely as can be, no one but like the boys. The boys is all we had, and then you get you got this. You got relationships that come in, and you know what sucks is you got it. Sometimes you just gotta wait, and it can take years upon years
Until the right one.
upon many years.
So
And
for
it sucks.
first,
and you end up
the
finding the
boys.
right one, and it's worth the wait. Trust me, I had to wait for Lord knows how long, and it was so motherfucking annoying. I hated Valentine's Day because that was the worst motherfucking day for it. Because it was just everyone rubbing it in your face practically, not meaning to. But it's
that's
that-
something I can.
So I legit hated that. I was the Grinch, as you would call it, of that holiday. That now I don't have to be because I actually have someone. So now I don't have to worry about being the Grinch.
I think that's like the best part about it, having someone to rely on, someone you can do things with. Yeah.
Someone that
That-
you can. I just appreciate the fact that you can have someone you can talk to about anything and know that they will not look at
Judge
you any differently
Yeah.
or make it used against you.
But why do you think that has to be a girl?
No, I'm saying I'm saying
Ajax.
as a girl, because it is a you want to find that person, but it's better when it's in a girl or female because you realize that that's like it can turn into a
Well, physical attraction is important, right?
It
So
depends on-
so
Because-
you're attracted in every way and not just emotionally.
that goes to a
right?
thing is that because you can enjoy them all around with the male, like it's
Yeah.
only emotionally and
judged.
talkingly.
But like I've thought of that before. I'm not attracted to my own gender or anything, but like you want just the connection, but you can get that from anyone, not just a girl. But it has to be a girl, right? It's weird. It's weird.
Like the thing is, I thought,
Because it just feels different. It's like something you can't really
Right.
explain.
Yeah.
like I told her, she was like, "What's this?" And I said, you don't want to see that game because then you're gonna judge me and think of me differently.
Genshin Impact.
No! Shut the frick up! It was not
Gotcha
that.
games.
I got rid of that. Thank you very much.
Good.
I got rid of that like a long time ago. It was the one mobile game that I was playing at home, the little pizza place we went to. That game. And I was like, you're going to think of me differently if you see this game. And she's like, no, I won't. I was like, as long as you promise, fine, I'll show you. I'll show you if you want to honestly know. I did. It's like he said, you don't have to worry about it because they won't judge you.
Nice.
She didn't judge me differently or look at
Well,
me
that's
different.
the tension.
And she actually found it funny.
As far as you know.
She actually found it funny, just like how we do that game.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually kind of poggers. Because I never thought I would find
You
someone...
just unironically said.
Like, I never thought I would see a girl
You
that would
said that
actually
too.
think of that
I know
the
I
same
said
way we
pog.
do.
At least I used it as
without
a
being
teaching moment.
judgmental towards it.
Yeah.
Well,
But
because
you-
I
go
feel
ahead.
real quick. I was just gonna say because I feel like also whenever you're like in like relationship status, it's one of those things. It's like you feel like if they literally just text or told you, you're like, yeah, I'm kind of hot right now, and it's just like cool. Like it's just not weird. Like it's just like I know
you
that's
feel
a
like
weird
you can
example.
be weird without feeling awkward about it.
Because
Yeah.
it's the best
Yeah.
thing about it is knowing that the thing that you would say to this person, it doesn't have to be inappropriate, but just the thing you say to that person, if you said it to anyone else in any situation, it would be weird.
Yeah.
That's great. So, I hate to change the topic because it seems like you two are into it, but well, he is too because he asked about it, but like, me and Ajax do not have much experience with this, so
Single.
I've
Single
tried.
and ready to
I've
mingle.
literally. We've tried to help y'all.
I'm just gonna tell you,
Uh,
even though I have
single
spent the
17
past,
years.
I think I've spent the past like 4 Valentine's Day with somebody. Just because you have someone on Valentine's Day doesn't mean you are feeling. People are like, oh, you have a date for Valentine's. It's like, wow, it must be so great. Really, well, this Valentine's Day I didn't have anybody, but it's not because like you don't really know what's going on with that person because they could be like the unhappiest people ever, but just because
Yeah.
they're together on Valentine's Day, it's like, wow, that's so romantic.
and that's actually what I'm gonna ask about. But before we do that, I'm just trying to say like talking about personal things I think is good because that really like fuels the conversation for us to talk about, and that could be more entertaining for
More
the
passion.
viewers. But yeah, more passion, love passion. But I don't know. I feel like personal is good, but when it involves other people that haven't agreed to talk about this, which is what relationships will do. We're going to talk about being in relationships. So I think it'd be best to move away from that. But yeah, good talk. But while we're on the topic, just think about the very existence of Valentine's Day. Do you feel like people are forced into thinking like this? I've thought about this before. Like, do you think stuff like this is like forcing people to think about wanting to be in relationships when otherwise it might not even be that important to you?
That's why I
That
was
is
saying
a
it.
very
Yeah.
hard question
Yeah.
that I did not think about.
Really?
Well, like that's like I was saying earlier. People, in a way, yes and no. The main though, people think of it as yes, they need it because of that. When really you don't need it at that exact moment, because that's called forced love. That ain't like true love. Because forced love is what most people do. Is what I've come to find out. Forced love is where people, they don't really think deep into if they actually like the person. They start to get feelings that may not be the real true feelings, and there's like, gotta get on it, ask them. No, you need to. You actually need to like let it develop some over time to see, because you don't want to just sit there and as soon as you get feelings be like, oh hey, I like them, because that's not true love. True love is when you actually have time and it develops over. And it's like you actually now know that, hey, I'm willing to do anything to keep them. Which,
dang, bro.
That's what it's
good.
like.
I don't have anything else to add to that. Man.
I would say Valentine's Day, with everybody thinking that it's like a time, it's like, wow, you should be with your significant other or something. Like, people would feel like, wow, I kind of want that feeling, so they would be trying to be... Their expectations and desperation would be so high at the time that it would pick them to choose somebody they wouldn't normally pick.
Yeah.
And it's not very healthy in that way, because it's like, let's take Christmas, for example. It's not a romantic holiday, but it makes it better when you have someone.
Right, yeah.
Because when you're around Christmas, it's like, I gotta find a significant other to make myself happy. Because you're still happy with your family, you're still happy going out and getting gifts and things, and the vibe is good. But if you make it into more of a romantic feeling, it's just an added benefit.
Yeah.
But nobody's like thinking about it.
I think
Like,
this,
unlike Valentine's Day.
I think this goes back into what I was talking about earlier. Is it about like finding a significant other or just a close friend? Because they can be a little bit interchangeable. They're completely different things, but it's like maybe people being forced into thinking they have to have a significant other could be...
Your significant other and girlfriend should always be your number one best friend, but your number one best friend is not always your significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have to have it? I don't know.
I think some people are better off single.
Yeah.
Their life would be better without the worry of another person. I don't think I'm that person, but I think there are some people that would fit into that.
You got anything to add, Ajax, to the point? It's hard for us to... Like, I think it's hard for all of us, because even though you all have been in relationships before, it's like, you still got to have a lot of experience to talk about
that one
this.
doesn't count.
I would say no matter how many relationships you have before high school,
Okay.
no matter how many relationships you have before high school, I feel like they're just not...
Every relationship.
They don't matter.
I feel like if a 50-year-old man were to listen to this right now, he'd just be writhing in agony. Like, this is not true!
90-year-old against the freaking
That's the best thing about opinions.
Yeah, at least we're offering the perspective of teenage boys.
You said, like, every relationship, before the age of 16 is fake. I'm sorry.
I don't say they're all fake. I just feel like that experience doesn't count as experience in a relationship.
It kind of depends. Like, you're actually, like I said, you're actually going on dates.
I feel like there could be exceptions, but
there's
generally it's not as
exceptions.
important.
Like, I'd rather say before high school, but I feel like even people, my freshman, sophomore, they still didn't really date. They said they were in a relationship and they just, like, they talk and stuff.
It's hard to make generalizations
But they wouldn't,
about
like,
it.
hang out outside of school. And it's like, really, when you get your driver's license is when, like, you actually consider an actual relationship, you know? Hard to describe. But, like, would you have said before you had your license, would you have said to a girl, hey, you want to go to the movies, but our mom's going to have to drive us?
I know there's some people that would.
Yeah, there's people that would. But,
If you have a personal connection with your parents, maybe.
But, like,
No.
that's...
That's only
Yeah.
1 foot. That
Good.
isn't even with both. That's
Single
just
for
with 1 foot.
17
I
years,
can
don't
do
tell my
that.
opinion.
Well, the big issue would be if you're dating someone that has a driver's license and you don't. I feel like that would be worse than if two people didn't have driver's
Well, they're
licenses.
dating me, and I have a license. They don't. So that's what I meant.
Single for 17 years, I'm not a valid source of information.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's hard to talk about something that you're not entirely sure you know everything about. Yeah, but I don't know. I do think it's nice to talk about.
Yeah, as you said.
that was very fitting.
I didn't even have like a fake one, like in a relationship. Not a single one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's a nice talk. I'm gonna move on from that. Okay, that's
What's our
so gaming guy. Any last things you'd like to say?
Headphone users, I'm so sorry that the warning was not before that.
Yeah.
Alright, but no, I don't really have anything else unless someone else wants to just ask me a random question. I really don't.
Well, we can go over the hour. I'm just saying that like that was probably the minimum. So, like we could end it. We could end it
let's
right
get
now.
less personal.
Movie
shall we?
night!
Be less personal, shall we?
Yeah, that's
Fine, get
that's
a little
pretty tough.
personal just as long as it ain't.
This is an hour-long therapy session, and I hope you have enjoyed it.
I like therapy. Therapy's fun.
Oh, we can legit do more personal.
Honestly, I feel like
More.
everybody could benefit from going to a therapist, honestly.
I honestly don't care if you get personal with me. Just
They-
don't make it too personal.
They could benefit, but like just having someone to talk to could be enough, you know. Or anything can be called therapy if it's good for you, you know.
Yeah.
So I've been asking. I've asked all three of you questions. Do you have any questions for me?
How are you?
How am I?
Nice. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I do feel like this past month has been, or
It's
like this the end of the school
Your,
year.
your
has been-
mental situation, you good?
Yeah, well, of course, yeah. But it's like even though it was it's difficult, it doesn't, you know, it's not anything to harp over.
Roll the credits.
Roll the credits. So is that it?
Roll the credits.
Is that it?
I got nothing else to say.
How would you rate your experience? Was this good? Was this bad?
10 out of 10.
Nice.
I enjoyed it.
I would say if it's like that scale we did earlier on how gay are you, from 1 being gay to 10 being straight, I would say the same answer that I did on that scale as I did on a scale of 1 to 10 how I enjoyed this.
Why didn't we do that?
An 8.
A 9. I'm kidding. No, it is a 10. It is a 10.
Yo, mom.
I promise it is a 10.
Super straight.
I'm not, well, no, I don't like how they made it. I am super straight to the point I would never look at a gay person and think I'm attracted to them, but I don't, go with the people that say they're super straight, because that's just weird.
Super straight is just straight.
It's not what you think it is. It's something.
It's so
weird.
complicated. Why does Twitter have to exist?
Your mom.
Twitter is the worst website. Also, sorry for the excessive amount of your moms.
He has an obsession.
It's a little.
Give me this.
Did you see that thing?
Needle on
There is a Twitter post that said we should give our kids numbers instead of names, so whenever they figure out their gender identity, they can then choose for themselves.
I saw that.
How was your
I
reaction?
saw a
to that?
Star Wars meme with the
That would
clones.
change the entirety of like
That
how
is already
society
happening.
was.
That's basically what it was.
If you watch the Clone Wars and like the whole thing with like the wanting names instead of numbers, it was something like that, and it was like one of the lines was, "We have names, not numbers." After it showed that post, I thought it was funny. It's like we should give our children numbers. It's like we want names, not numbers.
Dang.
That was funny.
Oh,
I'm done.
All right, you're done. Is he done?
I can stay for one longer.
I'm mentally done.
Are you done, gaming guy? Hey, don't
Physically-
fiddle with it.
Physically, I am here, but mentally, I am a wolf.
So,
I'm done.
okay, last question to all
I
of
can
you.
do this all day. I'm just gonna say I might want to change to a psych major.
It's nice, right? It's like I feel like anyone could talk
I can
about.
have
this.
a deep conversation without going into depression. I'm fine with this.
I could do this all day, but I'd rather be more specific and not have a microphone.
You know, if I had time to prepare questions, you probably would like that. Right? Okay. All right.
loving it.
So last question. We're uploading this, right?
Yeah.
Even though we had a little hiccups.
Alright, that was the last question, boys. Yep.
Season
Alright, there we go.
All right, we had a lot of hiccups.
Just know we all love
Stop
you.
yelling into the mic, please.
We all love you. Somebody out there loves you at least somewhat.
Aw. All right.
love you.
Stop getting so close. All right. Okay.
Roll the credits.
So, I've been Mystery. Our first interviewee was Conetic,
Hey, or bye.
and then second interview Ajax,
He just goes.
and then finally Gamingguy. And this has been the pilot episode of Mystery Cast.
Roll the credits, baby.
All right.
Hope Mystery Cast was a blast.
All right. Thank you all for listening. For all of those who did, this has probably been a mess.
You
but,
better freaking like and subscribe and comment, because if you don't, so help me.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.